So, you know, again, congratulations on that. And also, too, you mentioned the gray, and I love that because there's a there's one of my favorite country singers. His name is Cody Jenks. He has a song. It's called one of the lines in it is called "There's a lot of color in the gray."
Oh, wow.
When you think about that, right? Because gray sometimes looks a certain way and neutral, and maybe it doesn't have the zest that one would think, but in actuality, man, there's so much, you know, color in that gray, man.
It's man, living in the gray, it sucks.
Yeah.
But the more you talk about it, I guess the less sucky it gets, the more you can embrace the suck.
But there's life in the gray.
Yeah, that's great.
There's life and power in the gray, you know, and that's and we got to remember that. And so congrats on that, man. I'm very proud of you. And also, tell me a little bit about your which I'm really excited about, man, about your supplement line.
How about that, right? So we have this just happened to have been placed up there when you were coming on, who has more followers than anybody in the history of life. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, we come out December 1.
So from today.
Yeah, right, next Tuesday. And then, look, it's for everybody. So it's for shiny people like you, you know, the good-looking people, then the great-looking people like me, but it's for everybody. We didn't want to exclude everybody. So even, like I said, I want to be different. Right? Everything I try and do is different, right? And for this line right here, first of all, it's banned substance free, which we have to do because we've trained, you know, I've trained over 1,000 football players, and people kind of look at it, but why has this reporter trained players? I got into mixed martial arts early. Again, same thing. I felt like I belonged in a cage. That's why I felt like, and not even a win. I started going in the cage fighting people because I felt I needed to take beatings. That's where I felt like I belonged. And then after we would kick each other's asses, the greatest conversations ever would happen with me and Chuck Liddell and Randy Couture. And all that's the magic of this locker room we talk about. So we're trying to open up our locker room for everybody out there. And the first 4 influencers, at least we got, are Kirstie Ennis, who I just talked about, Nate Horton talked about, a guy named Jason Lick, he led the Rangers for 20 years, a woman named Tanya Oxidize, she's an African-American woman who was in the 82nd Airborne Special Operations, but we're trying to get everybody else out there. Like we're talking about vulnerability, and we have a whole thing out there. I am unbreakable. Hashtag I am unbreakable. Right. What makes you unbreakable? And it's our scars, and it's our flaws.
Yes.
And it's the vulnerability that makes us unbreakable. So we're trying to open this to the masses to get people.
So this is for.
This is for everybody. This is for, now look, obviously we want to build up on the outside. For me, again, I train all these we've trained over 1,000 football players in MMA. This past offseason, when we trained Alden Smith, who's been out of your league for 5 years. Yeah. And our MVP crew built him up here, and then Unbreakable built him up here, and we got him signed by the Dallas Cowboys. Been out of the league for 5 years, right? Never happened before. And, you know, so we got to make sure that we build you up physically. But we also want we want to build up, like I'm talking about, one of our hashtags that we build you up from the inside out. Yeah. And that's, we're going to drink our aminos and our pre-workout drink and our proteins. We also build you up from the inside out.
Great.
So I'm a dude.
Well, so wait a second. So you have an exclusive partnership with GNC.
I do.
Fantastic. So you guys are already, obviously, the supply is already coming down the pike, and it's all ready to go and shipped, I'm assuming, already 1 week from today. So
yeah. What I had meant to say earlier was I need your address. If you wouldn't mind typing it into the comment section so I could have my assistant send you your VIP. Well, watch this. So check this out. You got a whole box that'll come to your house over here. Okay, look at that. We've got your back. So all I need you to do is just type your address in the comment section. You cool with that?
Yeah. Well, listen, before I type my address in the comment section, you're a week out from launching. 2 months out from launching Teremana. You had a bottle of Teremana sitting on your doorstep. You're a week out from launching, and now you're asking me for my address when we're on IGTV Live.
Are you
off?
Are you questioning my friendship? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Off.
I'm a little hurt. Somehow this is your fault. I don't know how yet, but this is your fault. I'm just telling you, it's your fault.
Yeah, send me the stuff, man. I can't wait to try it.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. I appreciate you, man. Hey, real quick, you just got done working on what? You film movie after movie after movie. What did you finish up on?
we just wrapped a movie called Red Notice, and Red Notice was a big one for Netflix. It was a big partnership for us and $7 Productions, and a big investment. And we started that at the beginning of the year in 2020, and we shot for 8 weeks. And we, like the rest of the world, we were shut down, as a matter of fact. So it's a global heist movie with myself, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot. And we were on our way to Italy when Italy started to really feel the effect of COVID. It shut down, and then all of a sudden it reached our shores. So we got shut down. So we started shooting that 8 weeks at the beginning of the year, shut down, and then it took us months to come back and really put in health and safety protocol and measures that were really aggressive and strict. And we finally got back up and running about 3 months ago, and we just wrapped Red Notice. So I'm happy to tell you we are officially wrapped. I'm very proud of the crew. We had over 800 crew members. So you'll appreciate this, brother, and your audiences. We had over 800 crew members who had to sequester, had to commit to our program, which again, we were the most aggressive health and safety practices and measures for COVID in the industry of Hollywood. And we raised the bar and set a new paradigm, but it required a team, as you know, to commit to this. So we had over 800 crew members who committed, man, and we crushed it. And we are wrapped now of Red Notice.
Hey, do you go back to back to back movies because you enjoy it, or because you're still afraid to have $7 in your pocket?
You know me well. You know, both. That's a great question. And I have, you know, I've always been open about this. It's, you know, when I had $7 in my pocket, and I got, that was when I was 23 years old, I got cut from the CFL, Canadian Football League. And
bastards.
And that was, well, you know what? I got to tell you, I went up there with, like so many players, right? You know a lot of guys in CFL and who played in the CFL, and then who went on to have, you know, great pro leagues, or I'm sorry, great NFL careers. I went up there with all the passion that I was going to kick ass in the CFL, use my opportunity in the CFL to parlay that into the league, into the NFL. And it didn't happen for me, man. And that was a really sobering thing when I realized I had to close that chapter in my life in the CFL. And I had to realize that I was good, but I wasn't good enough. And that's one of those tricky things, as you know, as an athlete, when you have to come to grips and have that come to Jesus moment with yourself, that you're good, but this is where the road ends for you right now. So, and by the way, I mean, that led me into a nice, real fun bout of depression back then. I had to get through, but no. And so everything I do, whether it's film or, you know, and whether it's Terramana or XFL or anything like that, it is all driven with a passion, because I'm very passionate about what I do. And, but also to me, I'm, you know, right around the corner, I got $7. Right around the corner, I got that eviction.
Horrified to go back to that.
There, you know that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, it's just people, I think, look at you or Strahan or Wahlberg or something like that and go, oh man, these guys haven't made, no, that fear never, ever leaves you. Just doesn't go away.
It never goes away. It's just like you, when you signed your first contract, I think for 50 grand or whatever it was, right? You know, you've come a long way since then, but also, so before you sign that 50 grand contract, that mindset, that doesn't go away. That still drives you and pushes you. That
10 years before, the most I met, I was me covering the Giants, and that's how I met my little sister, Strahan. And, man, I made $9,450 a year. I was so broke that Michael and he and I just looked on each other. He drove me back in the city every single day. I couldn't afford bus fare.
Oh.
From New York to Giant Stadium and back. So he drove me back in every single day. And I walked in the Giant locker room and I said, that first day, okay, I can't beat these guys at their job. How am I going to be different? Right? Hey, I'll be the last motherfucker standing here. Right? Whoever said quitting's not an option.
There you go.
And whoever, you know, it's the easiest option in the world. But I said, man, I'm going to outwork everybody here, not by a little, but if these other reporters are here from 9 to 5, I'll be here from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Yeah. I'll be here from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. I will outwork them. And it took 10 years of being rejected over and over and over. And I finally got that call from my agent, Maury, who said, hey, we finally got the full-time job. I said, where? He said, CBS. I said, I'll take it. He said, don't you want to know how much? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I will take it. And he said, 50 grand. I said, I'll take it. But that's the day for me. I found out who the fuck I was, because I said that a long time ago. I would not stop. If it took me another 10 years, I'd still do it. But the effects, they don't leave us, right? Just being rejected, you grind, man, it doesn't ever leave your soul. I just want people to know that.
Man, it never leaves. And it's the thing that sometimes people can forget because they can see, and I understand they get enamored sometimes by the bright lights and, the success and things like that. But, the real anchoring stuff is the stuff where you struggled. And you brought up about the CFL, and you were making $9 grand a year. When I was offered the practice squad at the CFL for the Calgary Stampeders, the head coach at that time was Wally Buono, and now he is a CFL legend. He's a very good friend of mine. He was a mentor too as well when I really needed one. Practice squad of the CFL, roughly making $300 to $400 a week Canadian.
Wow.
I had to convert that and send it home.
Wow.
And it didn't even matter. So same thing. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to take it because it's an opportunity, and I'm going to do my best to outwork everyone and be the hardest worker in the room. And again, same thing. Well, let me tell you how much it is. My agent was trying to tell me, listen, it's going to, I said, I don't give a fuck how much it is. It's just an opportunity that you got to grab it by the horns, and that's it, man. So no, those times never, they never go away.
Well, brother, I appreciate you joining me here, man. Thank you so much. I promise you, I will be sending you my GNC line by next week. I promise you.
Yeah, by next week, a week from today when you have a launch. Well, look, as always, brother, I got to do a Terramana toast to you. It's Terramana Tuesday on my end. So cheers, brother, and thank you for your time. Always appreciate your brotherhood. And most of all, stay healthy and have a happy Thanksgiving to you and
love you, dude. And again, thank you for spending pre-Thanksgiving with me, man, and for everybody else out there. Know you're not alone on Thanksgiving, man. Love yourself up. Dwayne, I love you, brother.
Cheers.
Thank you, my friend.
All right. And as always, go fuck yourself.
Yes. My friends are real assholes. Brother, appreciate it. All right. How great was that, gang? And hey, our guy right here will get when he sends me his address, we'll get our Champions and Legends CBD as well. We'll send that to him. But again, folks, this line right here, a portion of all of it goes to our charity, MVP, Emerging Vets and Players, helping our combat vets. It's on sale Tuesdays at GNC stores, everywhere, GNC.com. We've been working on it for so long before this pandemic. I'm so proud of it. So, Dwayne, I appreciate that you joined me, brother. Thank you for all those followers that joined me today. I hope we showed you a different side of him than you normally see. He's different. I'm different. Be proud that you're different. Love you all.